Count money, man. Stack riches. Try and told him I'm a beast blood.
What's up, gang? Welcome back to another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day, and we're going to be going over something caught my eye recently. National champion coach out of Michigan, Jim Harbaugh, rules to live by. And so I just can paraphrase what I think, what I get out of some of the rules that he put to live by. Number one was seek first the kingdom of God, and all else will be added unto you. This isn't my words. This is his rules to live by. But I like it. You know, I think in life, there's so many things that we can chase after. There's so many things that we want. And I think what this is saying and why it may be important to him is that it seems like if you just seek to do your best, it doesn't mean that you're perfect. It doesn't mean that there's nobody walking the face of the earth that's going to be perfect. But if the first priority that you're just trying to grow yourself and get closer to God, it seems like all those other things that you want will be added, to you. So I don't disagree with Jim. I love that one. The second one he said was to attack each day with enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Attack each day with enthusiasm unknown to mankind. This is big, especially if you're going to lead. Nobody wants to be around someone that is not passionate and enthusiastic, especially if you're leading a group of people. And so he's a coach. I'm assuming he's referring to leadership or people being around you. Enthusiasm, the last four letters of enthusiasm is I am sold myself, right? You could have it. You could have those four letters stick out to you. I am sold myself helps you with your enthusiasm. You got to be sold on the vision. You got to be sold on where you're going. You got to be sold on what your thing is in your mind that you're getting ready to do. And then you got to attack each day with that type of enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Our old founder of our company, Bernard Rappaport, used to say that in order to set fire to others, you must first set fire to yourself. And if you set fire to yourself, people will come from miles away to watch you burn. And so I think that's similar to what he's saying is attack each day with enthusiasm unknown to mankind is setting yourself on fire. What's the reason? So you can set fire to others. You can't set fire to others unless you first set fire to yourself. Number three, I think that has to do with gratitude and having a good sense of pride, right? So the word pride comes up a lot, and pride could be a bad thing or pride could be a good thing. And so being proud of your team or proud of what you developed, but not in a sake of you lost all humility, could be a good thing. I think he's talking about the pride in what they built in their team and the gratitude that they have at the school and the team and all the things, just life in general. And so I think just number three speaks to gratitude. Who could possibly have it better than you? Having that attitude of all the things in your life that you're counting as your blessings. Just when, instead of getting down on everything, just start counting off all your blessings, all the things that you have to be grateful for. Number four is being better today than you were yesterday and better tomorrow than you are today. I think if you take care of today, 6 months from now will take care of itself. I think everybody wants to do big things. And the way to do big things is you got to do small things. And you got to look out front and everybody, man, next year I'm going to do this, or in 6 months I want to do this. That only happens from taking care of what you do every day. I think John Maxwell used to say that you can't change anything you're doing unless you change something that you do in your daily routine. If you find somebody that's successful, go back and look at what they do daily. Leadership develops daily, not in a day. And so I think what he's trying to say is it doesn't happen in a day. It happens daily. And if you focus on the present, just getting better today than you were yesterday, putting one foot in front of the other, that's how you get on the path to being successful. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Do the best that you could do with the 24 hours that you were blessed with today, and that'll put you on the track of being successful. Number five, heroes have no days off. I think about this and I joke a lot, and I'm like, moms, they have no days off, being a parent, but especially being a mom. It's like, man, there's been times where I had to leave and go to work, and we got 3 young kids and my wife is sick. And I'm like, man, I feel bad. You know, I left and I'm gone for the day. Maybe I'm going to come home a little early to help out, but like, she don't have a sick day. There's no days off. And I know for our kids, you know, my wife is one of the heroes, you know, in their life. And so I think as a hero, you have no days off, you know, and that means in leadership, as a coach and in a high level position where people are admiring or looking up to you, you don't have the luxury of having days off. I think people, you may be on vacation, but usually something always pops up, or you got to do some form of something, or you got to think about something. Or you could look at that as, man, if you're going to try to change somebody's life and impact somebody in a positive way, we're not going to worry about if it's Sunday, Friday, or Monday. Let's just try to serve the world and make them a better place in anybody you come in contact with. So I think those are 2 ways you can look at it. But I will just tell you, from the heroes that I've known, from the people that have accomplished things way bigger than me, way better than me, way further than me, when I look at those people, I realize how busy that they are. And how their calendar is, they're pulled in a million directions because they're trying to help so many people, and their time is very difficult to come by. And so just remember, when you're going to be a hero, you're going to be big. You know, the people that you're heroes to, you're going to have not many days off. Number 6, he said, your fate is in your head, in your heart, in your hands. Your fate is in your hands. He said, your fate is in your hands. Your fate is in your head, your heart, and in your hands. We can't put our destiny in the hands of somebody else. That it's not going to be, well, because of my coach, because of my manager, because of this or that. If it's going to be, it's up to me, right? You've heard that. And so I think what he's trying to say is taking ownership over your life. That you can always find reasons to blame or reasons why it's not as good for you or as easy for you. But at the end of the day, your fate is in your own head, in your own mind, in your own heart, in your own hands. Take responsibility, take ownership, and make the best of it. Number 7, choose a great role model. Choose somebody that you could admire, look up to, that is somebody that's not only good in a business sense or a coach's sense, but somebody that can be a role model in other aspects of life also. Because who you mirror, just like when children are being raised, you know, at times they're friends. Who you try to emulate, who you try to mirror can have a lot to do with the levels of success that you have in those areas of life. You know, I've told people one of my role models was my mentor, G.R.I.N.D.cast. And, you know, I used to tell people I probably will go to my grave never being as good of a man as G.R.I.N.D.cast, but just having that North Star, having that person that I try to emulate, to remember. You know, in my bracelet used to say WWJD. You know, they'd have what would Jesus do? Mine was like, my mentor was like, what would Jim do? And so having that role model, I think is critical. So that's an example of trying to choose a positive role model. Number 8, a smile. Being pleasant is a small price to pay for the goodwill and affection of others, is what he said. A smile, just being pleasant, is a small price to pay for the goodwill and affection of others. How many times do you come in contact with people that aren't pleasant and they don't smile, you know, and how does that affect your energy? How does that affect your attitude? How does that affect your life? And so I think that smile, something as simple. I think some of the people that provide the best energy, the best smiles, they have a pleasant disposition to them. They're people that stay grateful, and they're people that I think choose to. It's not that they have all perfect days. It's that they choose to make the most out of those days and put a smile on their face. And so that's something we could all press forward and try to do. Number 9, discipline yourself daily to be physically and mentally fit for life. That's what he said. You know, here in our organization, we like to preach MBS, mind, body, spirit, getting better mentally, physically, spiritually, and that'll help you in every aspect of work and everything that you do. Well, seems like Mr. Harbaugh agrees. He says, discipline yourself daily, physically and mentally, to be fit for life. What do I think that means? I think that, you know, fit for life. Life is a challenge. Life is a blessing. Life is a challenge, but life is a journey at the same time. And I think to be fit for that journey, to be fit for some of the challenges, it helps to be disciplined in the mental and physical areas, which helps you on that journey of being the best that you could possibly be and taking life one day at a time. So let's try to get better internally, not just externally. Number 10, great effort equals great results. Great effort equals great results. And so if you want great results, you show me somebody getting great results consistently, that person or that team or that thing is probably putting in great effort. And so if you're not getting the great results yet, if you keep putting in great effort, you're going to get great results. You usually don't get great results unless you put in or before you put in great effort. So let's go out there and put in some effort. The next one was what we do in life echoes into eternity. You got to believe that the things that you're doing here on earth, whether you think it's a spiritual thing or whatever it is, you have to believe that the difference that you're making, the things that you're doing here on earth are going to echo and make a difference in generations of people's lives, that you can affect and have a positive impact on their life here on earth, or, if you believe in the afterlife, going to heaven or whatever it is that you believe, but believing that it echoes into its eternity. And then the last one that he had was to seek long and trusting relationships by being happy and helpful for the other guy's success or the other gal's success. It's difficult for some at times when people have success to be happy for that person. A lot of times you'll see more teams and more companies and businesses more focused on pulling down people that are having success and not being as happy for people that have success. But what he's trying to say is to have long-lasting and trusting relationships, you got to be able to be happy for other people when they're having success and to be a supporter. Basically, he's saying don't be a hater. Be a supporter of your friends when it's their turn to have some success. And so hopefully some of these rules to live by Jim Harbaugh impacted your life positively today. We're always grateful that you join us on another episode of the GRINDcast. And if it helped you, don't forget to share it with somebody else. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day.